Hello everybody, welcome back to the table. Today we are taking a look at kind of an oddball knife I just picked up, and this one came to me from CountyComm, and so they have a lot of really neat exclusive knives on that site, and this is one of the ones that just kind of jumped out to me because of this very, again, unique shape. And so this one is called the Reaction Knife, and so we have titanium, we have carbon fiber, and the actual design itself is very purpose-built, and it may look a little odd at first glance for the average knife user. So check out this knife when fully opened. It's very stout, it's very stubby, still has a fairly thin profile, and it's just a kind of a weird looking knife. So what is the purpose of the Reaction Knife here? And so as far as I can tell from their marketing on their website, this is a knife that is meant to go in the fifth pocket of your jeans. So the little coin pocket above your right hand side, it's supposed to just fit right in there nice and snug, and there's no pocket clip as a result. No way to even add a pocket clip. We do have a little lanyard hole, because I can imagine that would make it getting out of that fifth pocket a little easier. But we have some nice materials here, so you can check out the carbon fiber scales, some polished hardware, and the blade itself is D2 steel. And it's this really exotic, odd-looking shape. And so it's just so curved. It looks almost like it's designed for, roll cuts like that, because there's just so much recurve to this blade. We can see this right here. This is D2 steel, and this is the only markings on the blade because they made a run of these of 1,000 of them. And as far as I can tell, as of the filming of this video, it looks like they're unavailable. So I don't know if they sold through all 1,000, because I literally got an email alert to go purchase this knife, and I decided to purchase it that very same day. And by the time it arrived in the mail, I went back to the site to check it out, and it looks like they had sold through. So I kind of find it hard to believe they sold 1,000 of these, because these are so, strange looking. Now, I picked it up purely for the curio status of the knife, because it is so odd looking. You can see how it fits in hand. It fits fine. You can get a full grip on it. There's no jimping or anything, but you can still, put your thumb up here on the blade to get some really controlled cuts. The blade itself came super sharp out of the package. It's kind of awkward to cut with it if you're used to a normal knife profile, but again, the blade itself is super sharp, and it came that way out of the package. It's just the way the blade angles back. It's designed for a certain type of cut, at least in my opinion. But looking at the opening hole right here, it's easy to open, of course. It's not exactly easy to flip, though. That's kind of awkward, because when you flick, you want to move your thumb out like this, but the actual handle gets in the way. So flicking it does require a little bit of wrist action. But again, this isn't really a knife that's designed to open quickly, be, a tactical blade, anything like that. This is the knife you're just designed to put in your jeans, pull it out when you need it, put it right back in its place, and there you go. So the carbon fiber scales are very nice. The liner lock, is titanium, and we can see the lockup. I don't know if you can see that too well, but the lockup is right in the center of the lock face right there. And while you're looking in there, you can see this knife. It looks like it runs on washers. So opens and closes pretty smoothly. And the overall weight of this knife, for being so small, it comes in at 3.3 ounces. And so not as lightweight as I might have thought it would be with titanium, with carbon fiber. But again, it's a beefy knife given the width that it has to have. So we can check out the overall specs. Overall length here. Let's check it out. Looks like we are coming in at about 5.5 inches of overall length when the knife is opened. And you can kind of see the blade itself from the end of the scale there to the tip is about 2.5 inches. And I'm not even going to try to measure that cutting edge, because it's so curved. And I love the profile of the blade, though. Look at how thin. It's like this nice little hollow grind comes right out there. And so very thin edge. So just a really neat package. Such an interesting knife. When I purchased this, again, they made a run of 1,000 of them. It came in just a small plastic pouch right here with the number 425. So that was all the packaging it came in. One of their little promotions, they threw in this little case or carrier for the first, I think, like 200 or 300 people who bought one, so I guess I fell into that category. Now this knife does actually fit in here, but I don't think it's really designed to carry the knife. I think this is more meant to be like a little wallet, you know, so yeah, I can shove it in there, but I think it's more meant to be something, you know, where you put money in, you know, like minimalist wallets are kind of popular nowadays. So I really think that was kind of meant to be the function of this thing, which is kind of cool actually, because I actually use a minimalist wallet. So I'm going to hang on to this, may try to transition to it at some point. But either way, cool little wallet came as a freebie with the knife. Probably just trying to clearance those out. But again, the knife itself, we can do a few quick size comparisons because it's just its oddball nature. So let me lay this down here, right in the middle of the table. And another small knife that you might put in the same pocket of your jeans. This right here is the Spyderco Dragonfly. So you can kind of see the blade length is, you know, comparable, I guess. But it's just so wildly different. Both are small knives. Both are meant to be lightweight carry knives, but just totally different in principle. And like I pull it out in a lot of my videos, this right here is the lovely Kershaw Blur with assisted opening. And again, you can just see kind of a more full-size everyday carry knife next to the Reaction. And it's, you know, night and day difference. So the weights are actually fairly comparable. The Blur's a little bit heavier with its aluminum construction and, you know, bigger size. But again, this weird shape, this weird cutting edge, you know, it lends itself to be hard to find decent knives to compare it to. So the Dragonfly and the Blur. And if this design looks new to you or doesn't look new to you, I wouldn't be surprised either, because surprisingly on their own website, CountyComm, there was a review someone put there, and they pointed out that this design actually has appeared before. This used to be a Microtech design, or I guess I should say it still is a Microtech design. And so Microtech made a knife like this at some point in the past. It was called the Option 2. You know, and if I'll throw up a photo, and you can kind of see the comparison there. And the handle shape is exactly the same. The blade shape is very, very similar. The opening hole is slightly different, but we can definitely see where they got their inspiration for this from. So I'm kind of wondering if this was an authorized design, maybe by the designer of the knife, or if this just one of those things that flew under the radar because it's so unique, so oddball. No one thought that this could possibly be a copy of something else, you know, when they contract these knives out to be made. But again, I don't know if that has anything to do with these knives going out of stock or becoming unavailable, so to speak, so quickly. But as of now, the price went up to $89.95 for this knife, which is kind of pricey considering what it is. When I got it on sale with the little wallet included, it was $50 or $49.95, which is a neat price for a little curio like this. So I'm wondering if they actually sold through, or maybe if they decided to pull back because of the fact that the design was, let's just say, borrowed or copied. It was a copy design from Microtech. So I'm kind of wondering if they'll come back with it, or if that was it for the Reaction knife. Again, I hate to make these videos and show you things you can't actually go buy, but I will drop a link to CountyComm's website. So if it ever does come back, you can click on the link and see if it becomes available further. If something like this is of interest to you, it does suit its purpose very well. It fits fine in your fifth pocket of your jeans. Because it is measured for that exact dimension, and so they maximize that use without any difficulty. So titanium liners, D2 steel, bead blast finish, and running on bronze washers. Overall, a solid little knife. So if you have any questions on this, feel free to leave a comment below. I'd love to hear your thoughts on the CountyComm Reaction titanium carbon fiber knife. Hope you all have a nice day, everyone. See you later. Bye.